Good afternoon everyone, welcome to Live at Bird TV. Just a short video. This is my preview for Liverpool against Aston Villa, which is obviously going to be a very emotional day for everybody connected with the club. Obviously with Firmino, Oxlade-Chamberlain and James Milner leaving. So it's going to be a tough game. Villa are playing well, so I just hope the emotion of Bobby going and that doesn't make us switch off. I hope we go and give us a big Galactico performance, because goal difference could play a massive part, and I do think that Liverpool need to go, not concede any goals, but go and get as many as they can, because Newcastle and us, it could go down to goal difference. So this is my preview anyway for Liverpool against Leicester City. We just played Leicester. Liverpool against Aston Villa. So here we are. So from the unthinkable of a potential missing out on European football next season to the minimum guarantee of Europa League qualification, Liverpool's 7-game winning run in the Premier League has shown a light on what otherwise has been a pretty gloomy campaign for many. That perception will surely change should Jurgen Klopp's men somehow snatch a top 4 finish, although the German was the first to admit that is not in our own hands, with Liverpool still trailing Manchester United and Newcastle for those converted spots. Their latest triumph was an emphatic 3-0 win over relegation-threatened Leicester, which broke a 5-game streak of winning by exactly 1 goal. The Reds are therefore in red-hot form ahead of their final home game of the season, where they've made a habit of bidding Anfield a fine farewell, having won their final home game for the last 6 Premier League seasons running. I actually didn't know that, so that's brilliant news. They'll welcome a revived Aston Villa team who snapped a 2-goal losing streak without scoring a goal with a 2-1 win over troubled Tottenham Hotspur. That put the Villains equal on points with their recently fallen foe prior to the weekend and on to the doorstep of European qualification themselves, which would be remarkable achievement considering their last top 7 Premier League finish came back in 2009-2010. Those hopes and dreams may be a fragile stat, since Villa have won their final away game of the league campaign only 5 times since 1981-82, drawing 12 and losing 23. Add to that the fact that they've lost 9 of their last 10 league encounters against Liverpool, winning 1, and perhaps settling for a top half finish they've already secured is a healthy enough outcome for the season. Players to watch for Liverpool is homegrown Curtis Jones, who's bagged his first Premier League brace against Leicester, which extended his record of never losing when scoring for the Reds, winning 7 and drawing 2. I didn't know that either. So every time Curtis Jones has scored, Liverpool have never lost. Many of Douglas Luiz's goals have proved valuable for Villa too, with 4 of his last 5 coming after the 70th minute. Hot stat: Liverpool have won 14 of their last 15 Premier League games played in May. Players are guaranteed not to play are Bajcetic, Darwin Núñez, Calvin Ramsey and Thiago. Firmino is questionable and Naby Keita out with a muscle injury. I don't even know why I read Keita out. The referee is Jay Brooks and the location is Anfield. For Aston Villa, Jay Steer will not play because of a muscle injury, so more or less Aston Villa are fully fit. So it's weird. The big one is tonight, and it's Newcastle against Brighton. It's a huge game tonight, and if we can just pin our hopes on Brighton, you know, we're a point behind Newcastle now. So if Brighton can get a draw tonight, right, even a draw, we'll be 2 points behind Newcastle. But if we win on Saturday, we go into the top 4 for the first time this season, which is remarkable. The first time this season we'll be in the top 4, and that in itself will add huge pressure to Newcastle United. And Man United I think are okay, but Newcastle United will then really start to feel a wobble coming. And their next game is home to Leicester, and then their final game, which I want it to go down to, is away to Chelsea. Frank Lampard's last game. Chelsea will want to go out with a bang. So to me, if they draw, I mean, I said this to my mate the other day, Mate, he was going, oh, can you see Newcastle losing 3 games? I said, well, they don't have to lose 3 games. They could draw 3. And they could. They've already drawn at Ellen Road. Brighton are good enough to get a draw at the very minimum. tonight. So I can see it happening, and if we can get it down to the last game of the season, and what a last day of the season it will be. And if not, who cares? We dust ourselves down and we aim for doubling in 2023, 2024, sorry. Because can you imagine that, a Europa League final with us getting in the Champions League if we win it? The only trophy that Klopp hasn't